Is Back to the Future brilliant time-traveling storytelling, or is it an overcomplicated mess?
Back to the Future 2 is a movie continuing off the first one with Doc and Marty, and they go to see his kids in the future, and then he does a bunch of stuff that he's not supposed to, so when he goes back, everything is changed, and he has to fix it. So then they have to go back and fix everything that happened, and they're just trying to save everything and get everything back to normal. And I think everyone should watch this movie because it's really similar to the first one, and I liked it better than the first one. And it's just a fun movie.
Hey, welcome to What Do You Think of This? We're revisiting the best things from our past to let you know whether they're the best thing for your future.
Yep.
I'm Jeff Abia. That's Josue Escobar.
What's up, everybody? Hope you guys are doing good.
And you have Olympic fever.
I don't.
No? Well, remember, I guess it was 2 years ago.
We talked about this before. I don't watch the Olympics.
Yeah.
I'm not into it.
I keep putting them on. So they're on in the background, but I haven't watched them. But one of the U.S.
How terrible that must feel for the people like in the Olympics. Like people are just watching it in the background.
No, they're euphoric. They're having the time of their life. The guy from the ice skating team is doing backflips on the ice. There's still a Jamaican bobsledding team.
Isn't that what they do? Aren't they supposed to do that? Backflips?
No, a literal backflip.
Yeah, aren't they supposed to do that?
What? No.
Well, ice skaters, they don't do like flips and stuff?
A triple sow cow and a...
So wait, did he do it as a routine or did he do it as a celebration?
No, in part of his routine, he did a backflip.
And that's like special? Sorry.
I thought so.
No, I mean like as far as like athletics and
I've never seen anybody
gymnastics, people do flips
on ice skates.
I don't know.
Wow, no wonder you don't watch.
Wait, why don't they do? Why is that not normal?
Potential death? I don't know.
Why?
You're moving at whatever speed and you flip backwards.
I'm sure he wasn't the first one to ever do it, though.
We're going to look it up after this. We'll find out. I also saw, and I'm sure he probably wasn't the first either, but we were watching downhill skiing. I can't remember what they call it, but they're going like 70 miles an hour. And the guy was just starting his routine. High hopes, lost a ski, popped right off his foot at 70 miles an hour. Wow. So it's more impressive that he also didn't die.
I'm pretty sure that happens when people go on vacation skiing, right?
They lose skis?
No, they go down a hill at 70 miles per hour.
There's no way you're going that fast.
I don't know, bro.
I also don't know. Is this normal? You tell us.
None of it is normal. You're not supposed to be outside in the snow for that long and doing just crazy stuff.
I will say that there was one day where I had to go to church. It was a Thursday night, and I was on my way to rehearsal, and it happened to be in the middle of that big old cold snap.
Yeah.
And my app was telling me it was so cold and so windy that you should stay inside at all costs, that outside was potential death.
It's like, don't go outside and put some skis on or snowboard.
Yeah, or try to flip, God help you.
Or attempt curling in your parking lot. Yeah. What's the deal with whatever?
I know, we don't need to get into it. I guess
sorry, guys. Not in like soccer, football.
Yeah.
Is, the pinnacle.
Sure.
That's all you really need to watch.
I don't agree with that at all, but I'm happy you're happy about it. Are you more
hockey's pretty cool.
Yeah, hockey's great.
Yeah, hockey's cool.
The problem is we're recording this ahead of time, not that far ahead of time, but I feel like there could be drama that comes out with the Olympics that we don't even know about.
Maybe.
Who do you think won it all?
Japan. Mm-hmm. No, Sweden.
Sweden.
No, Norway. I don't know.
What do you think they won?
Norway gets the gold medal and everything.
Yeah, that's not going to happen. What do you think would be the biggest upset?
The biggest upset is that a shot putter kind of wins everything or something. I don't know.
There's no shot put in the Winter Olympics, so that would be a big upset.
Yeah.
Why is this guy throwing a ball of metal on the ice? The ice is all cracked. We can't play hockey now.
Yeah, I guess you're right. Yeah.
I'll watch it. I'll definitely watch it if it's on.
You'll watch it or you have it in the background?
It's a little bit of both. Mm-hmm. But I have been watching Arizona basketball, and we're getting into March Madness, so that has been more exciting.
I do know why I'm not going to say why does this matter, but it does matter because it's like different countries representing in an Olympic thing. It's kind of like the replacement of like gladiatorial fights, to the death.
1-to-1.
Of who's better, because that's literally what it is. Like which country is actually better at physical sports.
Yeah, but isn't the goal of the Olympics unity in sports? Like we can be
we did this together. We can be competitive, but you sucked. I won.
No, come on. They support each other. They walk into that arena. They watch people in spandex or funny costumes do artistic dances for hours on end. Why do we do that? That's what I don't get.
I don't know.
Every time, like every year for the opening ceremony, I'm like, the Olympics are starting, and I turn it on, and then I go, why am I watching this?
Yeah. See, that's what
I don't have
that. I don't have that experience. I just go, oh, the Olympics are okay, cool, good for you guys.
Aren't there just very few things though now as a society that we can all rally around together?
Yeah.
Besides, criticizing Bad Bunny or Kid Rock or whatever it was last week.
Yeah.
At least this is more positive.
No, it is. I mean, I didn't appreciate the one girl, I forget who it is, was saying how she's not necessarily there to represent the U.S., but her own agenda. And it's like, well, then if you don't want to represent the U.S., then don't do it. Take the flag off. Go to some other country and represent. That's just, you're being an idiot. You're there because you're representing your country. Stupid.
Yeah, but
Sorry.
I don't know. I don't know who
Ask
she
me
is.
how I really feel.
So I can't support her. But I do remember years in the past where we would compete against a country like Russia. Yeah. And I go, I wonder what the Russians think. Because as a United States, we look at them and we go, oh, Russia. But there are normal people there.
Yeah, they're probably trying to be like, hey, we are not what's it called? What's the word? Anyway, they don't represent the leadership. You know what I mean?
But that's what
and
I
you
feel
can
like.
respect them because they're representing the good of what their society has of like commitment to sports, physical, like spirit and all that kind of stuff.
Listen, you're talking out two sides of your mouth here because now you're looking at the Americans, like our country, whether you like it or not, is very divided on the political spectrum.
It is, but you don't have to represent any of that stuff. You can represent the actual red, white, and blue, which means like everybody. You know what I mean?
This is becoming a real different podcast, but I think it's different things to different people. I mean, you go out there. I mean,
literally, it's supposed to be this actual a piece of land and all the people here. I'm representing them, not.
But who knows? By the time this podcast episode comes out, our piece of land could also include Canada and Greenland.
Oregon split. I don't know.
Get in your bunkers, everybody. Mm-hmm. We're talking about sequels. Who knows what will happen in the future?
Speaking of sequels, have you seen Greenland 2?
No. Is it out now?
Oh, sorry, I'm blocking it. Yeah. With Gerard Butler.
No, I haven't. Is that the one? What's the one where he controls the weather?
No, this is the one where an asteroid hits the U.S. or like it hits it doesn't hit the U.S. It hits like somewhere in France, I think, or Europe. And it like causes mass extinction and people.
This was the first movie or the second?
Yeah, the first movie is like, hey, mass extinction event, asteroid. Let's all hunker down in bunkers. And Greenland, they go to Greenland for a bunker in Greenland. And then the second one is about how the Earth is like bouncing back from it. So there's earthquakes. You're no longer safe in this bunker. So now potentially 5 years later, where the crater is, where the asteroid hit, could potentially be like the place where people can like start new life. Like vegetation is coming back, the air is clean, and all that kind of stuff. So it's like, let's get there.
So you watched this in theaters?
No, I watched this at home.
Oh. Well,
I don't go to theaters anymore.
Well, that's what I was going to say. First of all, I don't really go to theaters anymore. That's the truth. And then when I watch stuff at home, I don't have time. I'm watching these movies. I'm watching the basketball games. I'm watching the Olympics. And that's if I'm watching anything, because right now I haven't really been home. Yeah. So we're watching it all weird hours.
That's so funny. Yeah, because like I'll watch what. Yeah, I'll keep what I'm watching down to like maybe 3 things. Maybe that. Because like right now it's just what we're watching. Mm-hmm. And then I watched Greenland 2 weeks ago. And then I've started watching the new Game of Thrones, Night of the Seven Kingdoms.
Oh, are you into that? I can't remember. Yeah. I've not seen any of that.
It's good. It's like a comedy.
What?
It's like,
on purpose?
Yeah.
Oh.
It's a storyline of Aegon, who eventually becomes king of the Seven Kingdoms, and Duncan, Sir Duncan the Tall, who's a knight in his story. And it's like...
This does sound like a comedy.
It's hilarious because like he... In the other shows, the legend of Sir Duncan the Tall is like, oh, was an amazing knight. And when you meet him, you're like, oh, this guy's a goof.
Brave Sir Robin?
Yeah, something like that. So anyway, it's pretty funny.
Okay. A question for you as we're kind of heading into talking about Back to the Future 2, which is our first sequel of the season. But we're going to be hitting a lot of sequels.
Yeah.
what is one decision that you made as a kid or didn't make that could have sent your life in a completely different direction if you had gone the other way?
Whoa.
I know especially when you're younger, a lot has to do with your parents. But once you're the age of Marty McFly, you're high school into college, you're making big lifetime decisions that affect you now.
That's true.
You know,
that is very true.
Let's take relationships out of it because obviously, but there are other, I feel like, pivotal decisions you can make that.
You know, I always thought I was going to be a doctor. I always wanted to be like either a pediatrician. But then I saw blood.
Yeah, that's right. It's not going to work for you.
No. Needles and blood.
Needles. There's needles in this movie.
Yeah. So that's a really good question. I think, man, I don't know. I could have been a great drug lord. I think that's what I probably would have.
That's not a real thing, though.
If things wouldn't have happened the way they happened, I probably wouldn't be sitting here right now. Thank God.
Just trying to picture you as a drug lord is very funny. That's a comedy.
Yeah.
I think around 8th grade, so I played percussion in school. And I think there are 2 musical decisions that could have made a big change in my life. One, 4th grade, I played the trumpet for a year, and it was very clear that wasn't my instrument. So I applaud other people who do it, but that did not work for me.
Yeah.
So I switched to the drums. But when I say that, it was like percussion in school. And around 8th grade, some of my friends were looking to start a band, and they needed a drummer. And I was like, I can play the drums, but I could play the drum. And now it worked out for me because I have rhythm. I knew, you know, my rudiments, all that stuff. But I had never touched a drum kit. I mostly watched drummers, you know, in church and whatever, and kind of mimicked and mirrored what they did.
Had you done piano first?
No.
Okay.
Besides lessons as a kid that did not stick.
Okay.
So then when I went and I started playing the drums, like that really set me up on a whole trajectory to start playing music with other people and bands. And I didn't even pick up guitar until high school. But I'm like, I didn't expect it to be such a big part of my life.
You know, I can't recall any like opportunity that I feel like if I would have gone down that path, it would have changed things. I don't really know. I can't recall anything that maybe I said no to or yes.
Well, Marty's son, what's his son? Is Marty Jr.?
Yeah.
He didn't know either, right?
Exactly,
like he was about to say yes to Griff, and it would have put him in jail, set a whole chain of events, you know? So I'm saying imagine that there's one decision that, you know, you were asked to do something or not, you know, and you turned it down or you decided, oh, yeah, cool, I'll do that. I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, if I would have said no to Josh Jones
about coming to Capital Life,
we
wouldn't be here right now.
Exactly.
That's still a wild story that he just
And it was like one of those like moments in life where I'm like I'm going to do something different. And people around me were like, "No, you should do it." And I'm like, "Okay, fine." You know, it was like he walked in the Guitar Center and it's like, "Hey, I need a audio guy," and they're like, "Oh, he does audio for churches," and I'm like, "Shut up!"
Yeah.
God, like, no, what do you need?
Yeah, that's funny. That would have changed a whole lot.
It would have, it would have a lot.
The only other thing I can think of is Army recruiters in high school. Did they try and recruit you?
Oh, yeah, that's right. If I would have said yes to that, completely different.
Some guy, he asked me because I felt called to ministry at that point in my life. I'm like, I'm just going to, you know, I didn't know what it was going to look like, but I just really felt like I wanted to do, you know, ministry related stuff.
Yeah.
And then he's like, well, you could be an Army chaplain. And it was never a thought in my mind. And my excuse was always real. Like I have really bad flat feet. I'm like, I can't. This is the thing.
I know. I remember saying no to like the recruiter people. And the reason why was this is what I said. I said, I don't like people telling me what to do.
Yeah, that's a problem. It probably wouldn't have worked out for you.
So I would have yelled back. I would have rebelled and it would have not gone anywhere.
I might not like it, but I always do what they tell me. So it probably would have worked out.
I had
for me
real
in the
problems with
military.
authority when I was younger.
Yeah.
That's completely, I fixed that in my life. But like back in the day, I don't know why it was such a big deal.
Now you're such an American patriot.
Exactly. America. Stupid.
All right, let's get into our opening game.
All right, let's do it.
Today we're playing a game called Future or Fake.
Future or fake.
There are some
All right.
predictions made in Back to the Future 2.
There were.
Some came about.
2016, right?
Some did not. 2015.
Oh, yeah, 2015.
So I'm not going to ask you about the future that
Golly.
materializes. We can talk about that when we talk about the movie.
Do you remember when 2015 was coming around and people were like, "Oh my gosh,
This is the year.
what do we still need to do to make Back to the Future, the prophecy of Back to the Future come true?"
Yeah, there was a lot of work involved. Some of the things worked out.
Some people tried to make some things work out and never really did.
Yeah.
Like hoverboards.
I was going to say, I remember seeing a whole video breakdown of this guy that was trying to make it happen.
I've only got 6 months left before 2015.
So here's how this game's going to work today. I'm going to read 10 future predictions, and some of them are actually in Back to the Future Part 2, the future element of it.
Yeah.
And then some of them are completely made up. So this is not, did it happen in real life? This is this in the movie?
Yep.
When Marty travels to the future, which he does in Back to the Future 2, are these things future or are they fake? Mm-hmm. Got it?
Yep.
Okay, so as always, you at home, let us know if you can beat Josue by the end, and you will win absolutely nothing. but bragging
Clout.
rights.
Yes, street cred.
Yeah. We'll shout you out. Let us know. I would love to do that. Okay, number 1, future or fake. Public schools replacing teachers with hologram instructors.
My gosh, I want to say that's true, but I know that that's true for like the restaurant, the diner that he goes into.
Welcome to Cafe 80s.
No, I'm going to say no.
You're going to say fake?
I'm going to say fake.
That is fake. That is correctamundo, Josue. Better than VR classrooms. It does feel like 1989 futuristic. Like
It does. Yeah, it does.
especially with some of the other things that happen in here. But you think a little Obi-Wan, Princess Leia, help me Obi-Wan, you're my only hope. Like, we'd just be watching our instructor like that. Like
it feels that question of like the holographic or like the robot teachers feels more like a Fallout future thing than it does. You know what I mean? Something from Fallout. It feels like that instead.
It also feels like one of those things that seems like a good idea until you practically have to live it out. Like here's an example. Remember the movie Dick Tracy?
Yeah.
And the communicator watches?
Yeah.
My watch can literally do that now. Like I can do walkie-talkie on it, and I never use that.
And that was an older movie too.
Or video calls.
I mean, Star Trek had that kind of thing too.
Some people
beam me up, Scotty.
that's different. Some people embrace video calls, and I will use it with my family. But I'm not cold calling some stranger on video.
Yeah, because from what we saw in Demolition Man, you never know what's on the other side.
Really. All right, number 2.
You never know.
Clothes that automatically dry themselves and adjust to your exact body size. Is that future or fake?
That literally Tony Stark put that in Spider-Man's
Oh, that's right.
suit. But yeah, that happens in this movie.
Yep. Drying.
And he's like, "Why is this so long?" Self-adjusting. What is it? What do you call it? Tailored?
Yeah.
Like automatic tailored clothing.
I had to buy a new dress shirt because I don't ever wear dress shirts, and the one that I had was starting to turn a non-normal color. And so I bought a new one, but it's been so long since I bought the one suit that I own that the sleeves stick out too much from and it's the most annoying thing right now. I need to see a tailor, but again, I wear this suit twice a year, maybe.
Wait, did the suit shrink?
I think I just got a little. My arms have always been long, and now I think I'm just a little thicker. So when I stick my arms out, the suit jacket sleeves come up a little. And so I was just at a memorial service, and I was playing a guitar, and it's just sticking out enough that I'm aggravated. I'm like, I gotta get this thing fixed.
People are looking at you like, look at this pathetic little.
No, it's the same. They don't care.
No
I
one
care.
cares. Yeah.
It's on video. My whole life is on YouTube.
So funny.
Not this. At least here I can plan.
Yeah.
As you can tell by my amazing outfit if you're watching on video. All right, number 3. Mandatory government tracking chips implanted in every citizen. Future or fake?
Future. Wait. In Back to the Future.
Yeah. You can go. I was just thinking
yes,
about
it is. It is true.
It is not. It is fake.
Oh no.
No.
What about when they scan Jennifer?
That isn't a chip inserted in her. That is like a
Was it just facial
or retinal
recognition?
scan.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
They were like, oh, she's 45. She looks great.
yeah, that's true.
Man, okay, cool. Wait, man, really?
Let us know if I missed something,
Okay.
but I'm pretty sure that is not in the movie anywhere.
Yeah,
but
yeah,
it
yeah.
does seem like a futuristic thing.
It does. I mean, well, the fact that they can identify people without having an ID,
Yeah.
you know, that's
There's a
crazy.
database somewhere
Yeah. Man.
in some sort of Amazon storage cloud.
You know what's funny is like I don't remember seeing any like phones, like cell phones.
No, there is something like that I want to talk about when we discuss the movie. Number 4, smart kitchen appliances that instantly rehydrate miniature food into full meals. Future or fake?
Future.
Future, that's right. A rehydratable pizza.
Yeah.
I don't know how practical that is.
You rehydrate really good, Mom. It's like, what? Remember that?
Yeah, I do.
It's like, you're the best hydrator of food. What the kind of...
It does that does seem like a future thought you would have. Like you would compliment your mom on her cooking in an oven. You know, she's not cooking it over hot coals.
Yeah.
So the progression would be, but you don't compliment somebody for cooking something in the microwave.
No, because it's already been cooked. You're just reheating it.
The pizza was already prepared. It's not like you did that.
And she knows exactly how much time it needs to be hydrated, or else it's like it's underhydrated or too hydrated.
Yeah, like you can do it the wrong
It
way.
could be slop. You know,
Yeah.
imagine just pizza slop.
Gross. I've seen it. I've seen it in real life.
Ugh.
Number 5, a nationwide ban on gasoline-powered cars by 2015. Is that future or fake?
That's fake.
Are you sure?
Dude, I want to say I don't remember hearing that in the movie.
Yeah, you're right. That's fake.
Yeah, it's fake.
It's believable, though. I feel like it's pretty believable, especially because,
I think that's happening in California, right?
yeah.
They're banning petrol in 2030, I think.
I'm still trying to picture the Texaco gas station in the movie, but people are still coming in there for gas. Unless Texaco is delivering an electric charge. No, I think it's gas.
I don't know. Yeah, I don't know.
They come flying in, though.
Yeah, that's right.
Number 6, the Chicago Cubs winning the World Series after nearly a century. Is that future or fake?
That's future.
That is
That was in
future.
there, yep.
And it was also future because that happened in 2016.
Isn't that crazy?
Yeah, not against them. They think they say Miami in the movie.
I think so, yeah. Miami, yeah.
But yeah, that really happened. It took long enough. Way to go, Cubs.
Yeah.
Number 7, front doors that unlock automatically using facial recognition. Future or fake?
Man, I want to say that's future. Did that happen when they were there? Okay, I'm gonna go with it. Future.
Okay, it's fake.
Oh, it's fake.
It
Man.
doesn't. It.
How does he open the door? Because he has trouble.
Thumb.
Oh, thumb.
Yep. Jennifer couldn't find a doorknob, and so Doc tells her to scan with your thumb. And so that's how she gets in there. So right now,
That kind of does happen with iPads and laptops now.
yeah, you can scan with your thumb.
But that didn't happen in 2015 or 16.
But there's also facial ID. It's got to be connected to a door already. I bet there's an application out there. You'd have to have a quality enough camera, to scan your face.
Oh, yeah. True.
But I'm unlocking things with my face all the time now.
Yeah, your phone, your laptop, your iPad. Yeah.
I have this little device. It's on my desk actually, where I can stick my phone to it, and then it uses center stage technology and syncs up with the motor to follow me around. But every time I put it on the stand, first of all, it does this little thing where it moves. It just kind of
calibrates.
Calibrated. Yeah. But then second, if I go to reach something on my phone and I grab it with my left hand instead of my right, I happen to cover the camera, and I don't know if it detects it as a face or what, but this has happened enough times that I know it'll happen. I have to use this hand because it'll go and point up at the ceiling, and then I have to stand up over my phone, to get it or take it off and let it recalibrate again.
Yeah, that's so funny.
A little quirk in the future that we're working out still, but we got it. It's still pretty convenient. It is weird. Sorry, this is a tangent. You can skip past this if you're just watching on YouTube. But I will call my family now, like oftentimes while I'm making lunch. I'm like, doing whatever I'm doing in the kitchen. And it's so nice because my phone will just follow me around. So I'll be washing dishes or slicing vegetables or doing and my phone will just follow me.
It's like center stage on steroids.
Yeah.
That's cool.
It's pretty cool. And then sometimes you don't realize you're being watched still. You're like, why is my phone following me?
Yeah, the government.
Yeah. Number 8. Is this future or fake? A single wall-sized TV that can display 6 channels at the same time.
Future.
That is in the movie.
His son is watching. Like, what a...
Give me channels, and he doesn't say them in order, and nor do they appear in sequential order. It's just random. So first of all, he has the channels memorized, which is not... I don't know what any channel is at all.
Well, that's because they're taking, 1986... like logic and applying it to which nobody does. I mean, I don't know what channel things are on. I mean, other than like Fox 5 or NBC 4 because those have always been those channels. But everything else, how do you know what channel 37 is or 97?
I don't know. If you watch it enough, but back then when you had
you had to.
Whatever it was, you knew Nickelodeon, you would jump to
like 124 or something like that. Yeah.
But not anymore. And then watching them all at the same time.
People listening are like, what are they talking about? Channels?
I know.
What are channels?
Let me tell you, kids. Punch in a number. My TV still has the ability to scan digital antenna channels now too. But it does seem so archaic.
I know, because you just stream everything. What do you mean? The Disney app? The Netflix app? What are you talking about?
We have a virtual DVR, but even then, I'm not usually looking at the TV guide and channel. It's selecting stuff for me based on categories.
Yeah.
We do have you can watch 2 things at once, 4 things at once. It highlights the audio of whichever thing you want. So I can just hover over and it'll cut to the audio of that channel.
On the DVR or
on like YouTube TV.
Oh, see, I don't know. I don't have that. I can't imagine. How do you use it?
So if you 2 sporting events are happening at the same time, one cuts to commercials, you can just swipe over to the other one. But my TV's not quite big enough and my couch is maybe a little too far that I'm looking at it like, this is not. I'll just click the channel, go back and forth, and it's easier that way.
Well, remember channels, TVs back in the day, remote controls used to have a button called last.
No, I still have that.
Oh, it's still that? It still has that?
Yeah.
Oh,
my Apple remote on YouTube TV has a function for that too.
Like, what do you mean?
I still use it. There is a button that works for that.
Oh, you hit it twice and
you just hold it and it goes whoop, right back to the last one.
Shut up.
Yep.
You just hold it.
I don't know if it's app specific. One innovation that, Robert Zemeckis or whomever did not conceive of, that the future has brought us is typing in full email addresses and passwords with a stupid trackpad remote on. Oh my gosh. Apple, get your act together. I had to set up 4 or 5 Apple TVs all on the same user account and then log in again to synchronize something. So that's double that. So 8 or 10 times that I had to log out, type in character by character. And if you're wrong, you're trying to do it fast, but if you go too fast, you're going to hit caps lock or you're going to hit the wrong. It is infuriating.
The one thing that I do feel like they have done really well is if you're in your home and it's all integrated, to your account and all that stuff. And you pop up the field to write something, your phone goes use me.
Nice.
So much better.
Nice.
They need to figure out how to well, I guess you could speak it.
No.
Right? You can't?
No, maybe the Apple TVs were the older model.
Yeah. Speaking it would be so much better. This is my password. Beep.
Yeah. Let's see. So it's listening to you and then it saves it. Okay, 2 more here. You currently have 6 out of 8, so not so bad. I don't know how you guys at home are doing, but we'll see. Number 9, weather forecasts accurate down to the exact second rain will stop. Is that future or fake?
Future.
That is. Doc says the rain will stop at exactly 7:28 or something.
I thought that was because he knew he'd been there at that time period before.
I think he mentioned something about the weather service being more accurate.
Yeah. Now that you recall.
So maybe they're creating the weather. Isn't that the other Gerard Butler movie? Isn't there a satellite that creates the weather? But then
I don't know if I've seen that one though.
I haven't seen it either. I've just heard about it.
What is it? Cloud seeding? Is that what they call it?
Something.
I don't know.
There's a movie.
There's so many conspiracy theories out there now.
That they're already creating the weather? That somebody gave us this ice apocalypse?
Well, real quick thing, you guys look this up online. let me know if this is a real thing or not. But I saw a video of a company that is putting a bunch of satellites in orbit that have a bunch of reflectors on them, and you could pay them to get sunlight reflected onto a 5-mile radius for a certain period. You pay for a certain period of time that you can sunlight on demand, basically.
What is the purpose of that? Because if you have
I
cloud
no
cover,
idea.
it's not going to hit you. Is that night? You're like, I'm working the night shift, but I need to see what I'm doing.
I don't know, but fact check me if I'm wrong, but there's a company out there that is developing a way to be able to sell you sunlight on demand.
I'm glad people are thinking of things I'm not thinking about.
If there is clouds in the air and it doesn't work, that's on you. You still paid for it.
You already paid for it days in advance. That's the problem. No, this kid can't be like that.
Maybe we'll circle back on that, but that's an insane thing to kind of, whoa.
You're right.
Yeah.
Anyway. That is insane. Okay, last one, number 10. Cars that are capable of vertical takeoff and landing, but still requiring traffic lanes in the sky.
Yeah, that was true.
Yep, it is. I was going to say, future. It is future, but not our future, but it's Back to the Future.
I love how, that's so crazy. There's no way that's ever going to happen, right? There's no way cars will be able to fly. The propulsion, it would be too noisy, too destructive. You know what I mean?
I don't know. Because
right now, the way we propel is with either propellers, right? Either helicopter style or, runway. You need enough runway to get up with wings.
Yeah.
Or jet, propelling you up off the ground, which burns the ground underneath you.
What about drones?
Yeah, but you would need a huge enough drone. That's basically a helicopter. You have helicopters all over the place. You know what I mean? You don't have enough space. That one
in the Air and Space Museum, the little helicopter/car?
Yeah.
It's like that.
Yeah, but who has the space for all that everywhere? And then you're like,
we got to have a landing pad on the roof.
You do, and God forbid you land near kids and stuff because you're just gonna blow them all away. So imagine your neighbor raked up all his leaves, and now you're coming home from work. He's like, dang you and your helicopter.
Well, Josue got 8 out of 10. Let us know how you guys did. Maybe you beat him. Maybe you didn't. If you're a Back to the Future fan, you're going to love the rest of this discussion.
Yeah, heck yeah.
So let's talk about the background of this movie. We talked about this a little bit the last time. I believe there were 4 years in between the making of the first and the making of the second/third, but this came out in 1989.
Yeah, dude, I'm telling you though, the way they kind of put both of them together, picked up right where the other one left off, with it almost seemed super seamless.
Yeah, but they did refilm the new one to look like the last scene of the old one.
Yeah.
Did you watch? I watched a side by side of them.
Oh no, I've only seen pictures.
There's a YouTube video. Yeah. I don't know if I can link it, but it's very accurate when they redid it, timing wise, line delivery. There are some moments that don't quite line up, but they put some thought and intention into it because it mostly lines up.
Yeah. Could you tell the actors have to age a little bit, right?
Yeah.
Well,
I think that's why refilm it, because if you would have looked at the old one and then just jumped to the new one, it would have been a little bit jarring.
Yeah, it felt like they took the original, honestly.
Yeah, we'll have to watch the side by side and you can tell me what you think. But did you see this as a kid? Did you watch them all in a series? Did you not come to this until later?
It's funny. I think we did watch them all kind of jumbled up together. I don't think we watched them I don't think I've ever watched them in order. I think I watched the first one, the third one, and then later I watched the second one.
What?
Yeah. Which was kind of weird.
No sense.
Yeah, but a lot of things in my home didn't make sense at the time.
This is just a random question. Is this a movie your mom would sit down and watch?
No. Yeah, maybe, but no. She talks through everything, so
she's probably better socially adjusted than the rest of us.
Yeah, if she is interested in it, she'll watch it. But most of the time, she's not a big movie person. If it's funny. If it has to do anything about religion or God, then she'll pay a lot more attention. But she'd rather cook, talk, or clean something.
Yep.
You know?
Mm-hmm. I mean, let's be productive. What are we wasting our time for? No, I feel like my parents, I don't remember watching this with them, but I remember watching it. And I think this is a movie that they would.
It?
No, definitely didn't do that. My house, you guys know. But I think this is definitely a movie all of us for our family would have enjoyed.
Yeah.
I don't remember when I watched it, but like I said last time, I do remember this being the one that I liked, which is why I'm nervous to discuss it today. Because as far as like if it holds up, I was like, I think it was
this is
the future
the one you
stuff.
like. Do you like this one better than the third and the first one?
Because it was like, this is what the future could be. It really raised my expectations to really be destroyed. You know, but I was very excited.
As a movie, I was a little disappointed. I felt like it was just too, like they threw too much at it.
There was a lot going on.
There's a lot. It's almost, it feels like there's 3 different movies happening at the same time.
Well, there
We're not
are.
happening at the same time.
Well,
but
there are.
Yeah, it's weird. It's like too much.
I was watching some of the behind the scenes. Like if you go into some of the things that they considered, like they kind of reined it in. But the reason that 2 and 3 are so tied together is they filmed them back to back, which was a bit unprecedented at the time.
What do you mean they filmed them back to back? There's no. Oh yeah, that's right.
It was like 11 months because when you get to the end of this movie, you get a promo reel for number 3.
That's right. That's
so
crazy.
This is your traditional number 2 setting up number 3.
Wow.
But which I think we'll see when we watch number 3, but works a little bit in its favor as far as it. So, because they had all those concepts of like, oh, we're going to go to the Old West. And you can imagine there's no way you're fitting this into one movie. So they reduced it to the amount of things that are in this movie.
Oh, gosh.
Which is still kind of a lot.
It's still, yeah, well, because like, the future that that Doc and Marty go into together, that was, I didn't enjoy that one as much. Like, is it? Well, no, I think that one was okay, but when they go back to the past and everything is completely changed,
The messed up timeline.
That's the timeline I didn't like.
Well, I don't think anybody liked that.
Yeah, but even that whole, like they tried to recreate a bunch of stuff, like him waking up and his mom is there again.
Yeah.
That was like, it just seemed very like, why is it that this guy gets rich off of cheating? But why does that mean the whole thing has to become a wasteland?
I think, and this is what I heard in the behind the scenes. So this out of the mouth of like a Steven Spielberg, you know? So this is not, I didn't observe this, but it was the vibe of a second movie in a 3-part series. You kind of needed to take a dark turn so that your hero emerges victorious and there's like light at the end. Otherwise, there's not as much contrast, but there would be no story to be had if he didn't have to fix a problem.
Well,
but it's a big problem. We'll get to it. We'll walk there because I want to walk you through the movie with some quotable quotes today.
Okay.
So I'm going to give them to you. You just tell me who said it, where it came up in the movie, and we'll kind of use this to talk our way through Back to the Future 2.
Okay.
Here's the first one. Oh man, are you a sight for sore eyes? Let me look at you.
Oh my goodness. Who said that?
Oh man, are you a sight for sore eyes? Let me look at you.
Oh, Marty says that to Jennifer when he sees her the first again.
Yep. So this is the recreation of the first movie.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
If I have any problems with this movie, which there may be a few, that wig, the actress changes for Jennifer between movie 1 and movie 2.
Yeah.
My understanding is the original actress, there was some health issues in her mom or family or something like that.
Oh.
Other reasons she couldn't come back for number 2.
I don't remember that. Yeah.
So they cast this other actress. And when you watch that side-by-side video, when you just watch this, you're like, that is a terrible, terrible wig.
Yeah.
And I can't forgive you for that. Why? Who? With all the things that you're doing in special effects, you can't give the girl better hair?
Well, it depends on when they casted her, what kind of hair she does have. Or there's no time to have your hair grow out a certain way.
Yeah, but even a wig.
Or if she doesn't want to color her hair a certain way. I don't know. But
it is the worst looking hair. And it's the whole movie she's wearing this hair. Even her future self, they make it look as terrible to match the past self.
That's so funny.
Just give the girl the hair of the actress in movie 1. Fantastic hair.
Yeah.
She's got great hair. Why does her hair look like that? I can't forgive her for that.
That's so funny. Yeah, I didn't quite pay attention too much to that because I think I don't know. Everything else seemed so like well done that I guess I must have forgiven it.
Yeah, and the mom and the dad just again looking at them. Did you know that Crispin Glover is not in this one? That it's a different dad.
Yeah, and he was super angry about it because they still credited him as it in the movie.
Oh, they did.
Yeah, and even though he's not in the movie,
why is he angry? I heard that. And now again, I'm telling you the sanctioned behind the scenes. So who knows? Yeah. But they said that when they reached out to all the cast members about getting back, and everybody was on board.
Yeah,
his people reached out to them with the terms, and it was like way more than they were able to agree to. So they kind of went back and like, hey, give us something a little bit better to work with, and he wouldn't meet them in the middle. So they're like, okay, well, we'll write you out of it, which is why George McFly is dead in this movie.
No, he's not.
Yeah, and when they go back to the original or the messed up timeline.
Oh, yeah. That's why he's dead. Okay, yeah, I get that. But he was in it. I mean, he's in the future. In a couple different ways, Yeah. Well, so, gosh.
Okay, I got another quote for you so you can stew. Here we go. Don't talk to anyone. Don't touch anything. Don't do anything, and don't interact with anyone, and try not to look at anything.
Doc Brown.
I tried to type that, and then I had to look it up because it kept going, and I was like, this is hilarious.
Yeah, he's the best.
Okay, but also makes absolutely no sense. First of all, I'm not just going to take you to the future to fix a problem with your children. That is obviously a problem. But he was like, oh, it's not you or Jennifer, it's your kids.
Yeah.
And you go to the future and you're like, no, they got problems. They something went wrong here. And then he brings Jennifer with them for no reason at all, and then just zaps her in the car. Why? Because I think they were tied to the fact that she was at the end of the first movie and they had done that.
Yeah.
But you couldn't have written like a little bit of a better
couldn't have been like, hold on, Jennifer, we don't need you.
Yeah.
This would be catastrophic if you came. Get out.
Zapper,
and then go.
Zapper in this 1985, after Biff sees you fly away, and leave her on her front porch swing then.
Yeah.
Why are you taking her? He's not thinking, and maybe that's essential to his character.
Yes.
But then to drop down into 2015 and be like, listen, we're here to fix one very specific thing. I know you're just a kid, and your synapses in your brain and repercussions haven't fully formed yet, because that doesn't happen until you're in your 20s.
Full frontal cortex hasn't developed.
You. That's the term I was looking for. But also, everything depends on you doing this exactly right, and also me not realizing that I zapped Jennifer, so I can't zap your kid or whatever. It's not thought through.
It's not, yeah.
Which is part of the plot, but it was funny.
Yeah, because he could have appeared to Marty Jr. and said, "Hey, listen, I know you're not going to believe me, but don't go down this path with Biff."
Yeah.
But
then he wouldn't believe him.
Exactly. And if you do, maybe I'll bail you out. I don't know, something. You're in the future.
Although now that I think about it,
you travel around in space and time.
As an older person who has gone through some things in life, trying to bequeath those lessons to those younger than I, who maybe I should have particular influence over, not naming any names, but they might live in my house. And I will share those things, those life lessons, those deeply earned and felt life lessons. Mm-hmm. Let me just tell you, the young one, some things that I've learned. And I mean,
one ear and out the other.
And in a respectful way.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, sure. And then they make a completely different decision, which is fine. And then come back to you and go, hey, that thing you said, you're right. And you go, I'm not looking to tell you I told you so. I'm like, I wish you would have listened to me, but you got to experience it.
Yep. You do.
So maybe that's Doc's wisdom.
Sometimes you got to stick your fingers in the light socket and find out for yourself.
Have you ever done that?
Yeah.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
Did it zap you?
Mm-hmm.
A finger?
Yeah, 2 finger.
You in the socket? How do you?
Yeah, you just play with it, and then you stick stuff in it, and then it saps you, and you're like, okay, I won't do this anymore.
My brother, who has been on this podcast, I have this very visceral memory of this accident, and now perceiving it in the living room, something exploded. It's like. And a lamp light went out, and his feet were hanging out from underneath the table. He was less than 5.
Oh, man.
And I just remember my mom freaking out because it looked like a dead body was down there under the table. He had taken a full metal pair of scissors and cut into the lamp wire to the place where it zapped out a hole in the scissors. It's by the grace of God, he is still alive today.
It's those plastic or rubber handles.
No, it was full metal. Metal all the way around. Yep.
I mean, it's only 15 15 amp
Gigawatts?
circuit. Yeah. Well, so yeah, that's the same thing. Like my mom would tell my brother, "Don't stick that bean up your nose. It's gonna get stuck."
Yep.
And it totally gets stuck.
I forgot to have that question with my kids before somebody stuck a Lego up there.
Yep.
Those are the things too, though, that I'm afraid sometimes to have those conversations because I don't want to put the idea. I don't want to implant the inception thought in their head to then now all they can think about is putting a bean in their nose.
Yeah, like a like a little like black bean,
It
or
fits
a jelly bean,
perfectly.
You're like, look at me. I can't get it out. I can't
Maybe I could push it through with a hot tamale. Here we go. Here's another quote for you. Say hi to your grandma for me.
Oh, that's Biff.
That's a Biff. Do you remember the context of that quote?
Oh my gosh. Was he in the diner when he said that? Yeah, that's right.
Yeah. Old Biff is in the diner and he's talking to
That's right.
the young Marty
Marty.
McFly. And he's like, say hi to your grandma for me.
Ugh,
That guy's what a
gross.
creep.
What a creep.
What an old creep. Which then leads...
You know, you sound like an idiot. It's not like make like a tree and what does he say? And
get out of here.
Get out of here. It's make like a tree and leave. You know, you sound like an idiot. Stupid.
It led to that whole scene, though. One, Billy Zane is back.
Billy Zane,
right? Was he?
I think
was he in the
is.
first one?
He was.
Yeah, he
in the
was
first
because
one,
they were in the past.
Yeah,
and then Elijah Wood.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, little Elijah Wood, and then who was the other kid?
I don't know.
Nobody, right? Yeah.
But this was like this is the old school game. Like, oh, you have to use your hands. That felt kind of futuristic.
Yeah.
And then the hoverboards. And let me tell you, like presented as a young child to a future like this. You go, cars will fly. If you guys are watching on video, I have this mini DeLorean. It lights up. It's the wheels.
Yeah.
I just want it to be this, to look like this, to feel tactile like the 80s with its square edges and its flux capacitor and its real lights, and lift off the ground in whatever way. I don't even care if it's hovering 6 inches off the ground. That's what I want.
If this really existed, though, I mean, like I said, going back to you fly over somebody's head with this, you've murdered them.
Oh yeah.
You've melted them with your propulsion,
You've murdered them.
Yeah.
And also even when they pop into the future and they almost die, I'm like, you're putting too much in people's hands to put them in the sky,
Yeah, because they're about to run into another car in the air
and then crash down to the earth. It would just be devastation. There would have to be protocols.
Yeah, that's why they wouldn't happen.
But then also the hoverboards. So of course now this is all a callback. They're reinventing the scene from the 50s in now 2015, and he's got to borrow the girl's scooter, but it's a hover scooter.
That's the stuff I guess I didn't enjoy.
Is like too much of a callback.
Yeah, sometimes I just don't like. For callback's sake, it was just too obvious.
Yeah.
You could have cut that whole thing down so much and still have accomplished the storyline of, oh, I bought the concordance or whatever it was, the
almanac.
The almanac, and Biff wants it and gets an idea. You can do all of that.
Yeah.
And skip everything in the middle.
Let me play
honestly
future devil's advocate here. Is one, as a kid, this was like my favorite part because of the imagination of experiencing the future. But also, history tends to repeat itself.
Yes.
I've not existed for long enough to see it play out, and obviously not exactly the same way.
Yeah.
But I think there is a truism underneath that. I don't know whether that's intended or not, that, the same things will repeat. Maybe not the exact same family line and the same exact phrases and whatever, but even like genetically through your family, and just things. So it's almost like a little parable of that kind of replaying. Like Marty's got his life figured out, sort of, but now his kid is having the same issues with another bully. Like those things just kind of rinse, recycle, repeat.
Yeah, no, I get it. I just, as a movie itself, I think there was other ways to kind of portray the future in all of that cool imaginary things. but not make it feel so cheesy and repeated.
It definitely would have cost more. And you lose this movie, even though it only was 4 years later, is built on nostalgia.
Yeah, I know.
We're bringing the whole cast back so you can see them all again. Even Mayor Goldie Wilson, who's in an advertisement selling hover conversions for your car.
Yeah, it's weird.
I'm Goldie Wilson the third, and
yeah, it's all interesting, but it wasn't the point of the movie.
No,
that's the problem.
It does kind of take you on a journey. You don't, but the clock tower, the car chase, I don't know.
Yeah, it's all there, but why? Because the whole point of the movie is at the end, it's really to kind of help Marty change his trajectory. Because they find out in the middle of it that anytime he's challenged by a stupid word like "Are you chicken?" he ends up making a bad decision. So it's like a thing that he needs a journey of of discovery of hey man, you shouldn't let these things, dictate how the good that you know to do.
Right. That's the moral and the heart of the story. But I feel like
it carries on to the next movie.
They can't, because they were filmed side by side. But I think that came up after the fact. I don't know this, but that whole chicken thing feels like they inserted it after they figured out what they wanted to do.
Yeah, maybe.
I think they sat at the table, said, look, we're making another one. What do we have? We have the clock tower, we got Hill Valley or Hill Dale, and our cast, and we just build everything around this. But I'm telling you, as a kid watching it, that's what worked for me.
Yeah. I mean, I get it, but kids are dumb.
My kid, though, Lucy asked me, she's like, did this movie permanently ruin your expectations for the future? And I was like, yes.
Really? I guess I was probably younger and didn't realize it wasn't that. I mean,
maybe she didn't quite ask it in this way. Maybe it was more like, did you think those things were going to be real? Mm-hmm. I think that's the conversation we had, Lou. Yeah. I think she was like, did you think that was going to be real? And I was like, yes, I did. I thought cars would be flying. I thought hoverboards would be the coolest thing ever. And
yes, the hoverboard thing I feel is the biggest thing that I feel carried on with people wanting to happen.
That buckle themselves.
Yeah, kind of.
The clothing, some sort of futuristic glasses, the virtual reality kind of became a thing.
That's right. Yeah, 3D TVs, but then it all went went away. Remember when 3D TVs were a thing, and then it just
because it wasn't practical. I think everybody wanted that, but even that shark, you couldn't do that. That hologram vibe, it's so much based on so many details that you can't control that there's no way it could play out like this.
Yeah, you can't do it without. Yeah, so 3D is an individual thing. Because you have to have 3D glasses to see this thing happen, or you have to be able to manipulate an image from multiple places
and track the head of the person who's looking at it.
So it's not impossible, but it is very difficult to make it a universal experience.
Yeah. But it did capture the isolation experience now in modern society when people put on their own headphones or glasses or whatever, when they're all sitting at the dinner table, and he's grabbing his food. They've all got their own devices on their faces.
Oh my gosh. Yeah.
The one stupid thing that, I don't know, you wouldn't have even thought about then, connected to the way we communicated in the 80s, was there was a call that came in and they all got it. Dad, it's needles for you. And they're all on their own wireless devices, but they're all still connected to the home phone line.
That's so funny.
And they have 8 fax machines.
I'm glad it's not like that.
What does this fax mean, Marty? Why are you getting faxes? Of course that wasn't going to hang around, but it was a huge thing in the 80s.
It was, yeah.
Why do we still have those? There's certain things that documents that you still have to fax. And
because technically it's to speed the processes up. Right? I guess email does the same thing. Yeah, but if a government official needs that piece of paper and your signed signature, and they need to put it into an envelope, seal it up, and send it into the embassy, so that whatever, you need that like that.
And yet, I can sign a lease with a fake. Here are 8 versions of a signature of your name. Pick one that represents you that you're going to remember next time.
That's so crazy. Yeah, that's so crazy.
It's convenient. One of them kind of looks like my handwriting. What'd you think about Cafe 80s?
Oh, yeah. It was funny.
What was the Pepsi called in the future? Pepsi Perfect?
No. Pepsi Perfect?
Yeah.
Oh, was it really?
Well, because remember in the past, he's like, I want a Pepsi free, which was an 80s thing.
Oh, that's right.
And then in the future, I think it's Pepsi Perfect. I don't remember why, if there was a reason or they just made it up for the movie, but he got it from Ronald Reagan.
That's fine.
And what's his name? Ayatollah Khomeini, the Iranian leader.
Yeah.
Why is he on the TV? Just because he was a thing in the 80s?
I think so, yeah.
That's who you want serving you your beverage. Can I talk to Michael Jackson, please?
Yeah, exactly. Michael Jackson looked terrible. Whoever that actor was, that was. Ugh.
Welcome to Cafe 80s.
Oh my gosh,
that was fun though. Do
you think that it became Cafe 80s because people didn't want to like demolish it and turn it into something because it was too nostalgic for people in the area?
Well, some of that stuff still kind of exists, right? I mean, the 80s are coming back.
It does, but why that
90s.
specific one? You know what I mean?
Well, because but wait, when was it a fitness center? Remember in the last movie that it's like an aerobics place? Is that in the 80s? Because I
know that there's people in there like on a treadmill, not on a treadmill, on a bike thing, but they're eating at the diner.
Oh.
It's like all combined.
Is it? I don't remember. I don't remember either. Okay. But yeah, one of my problems was that whole your chicken thing just coming conceivably out of nowhere, which I think about with this movie, but it's not a movie one at all.
Well, it kind of came up when Needles is like, "Come on, do this thing with us."
And that's the second time because it was already in the cafe.
Yeah, it was in the cafe,
and then it comes up again later with Needles in 1980, whatever. But why? How could it just popped up out of nowhere?
Well, that's the whole point of like why his kid is in trouble because he. Remember, okay.
I get why they're doing it. I just don't understand.
You know why so. I think it was planned all along because if you watch the end of the third movie,
no, but again, they filmed that with number 2.
They did,
so those two work together, but it's not a movie one at all.
No, it's not a movie one at all.
But now it's like this defining character trait for Marty. Lorraine's like, your father's biggest problem is that he loses all self-control anytime somebody calls him a chicken.
Yeah. Which, I mean, you don't see it in number 1, but it's like the whole purpose of making number 2 and 3.
Yeah.
So I feel like they did know that they were going to do that.
I just feel like there needed to be a little bit more development for that.
In the first movie?
Yeah. But they didn't know. They made it up. So then if you just throw it in there, I don't know, or just do it like that and don't explain it because it hasn't been a problem in my life until this time. I was just looking for something to write down, I guess. Here are some other setups that happen in the movie outside of Nobody Calls Me Chicken, which is a really important one.
Yeah.
Well, when they talk about the Cubs and he's like, that guy passing by, I can't remember if it's probably a reoccurring character that's like, I wish I could go back to the beginning of the season and put some money on the Cubbies, you know?
Yeah.
That sets up a whole story arc that happens in this movie.
Yep.
And of course the almanac and the time machine is very, I don't want to say again, ham-fisted, but that's what the first movie did, remember? They lay out the plot. It's like, well, if you have this and you go back, you could change the trajectory of history, all that stuff. Or
your history, your future.
Explaining Marty's accident in great detail about like, you know, how he got in that accident and then he injured his hand and then his musical career and all that stuff. They just really explain it, exposition. And then Biff's, nobody can start this car but me.
Oh, yep.
You know, they just very much like use dialogue to set up plot points later on.
Yeah. It's one of those very, we're going to serve it up to the audience on a plate so they don't have to think about it.
Yeah, which is, I mean, you can just not think about it, I guess.
I don't know if I agree with that type of storytelling or movie making because it's like your audience is not that dumb.
Yeah.
You know?
It's probably the type of storytelling you need now, though. You know how they're talking about second screen entertainment where they're building stuff specifically because they know people are on their phones?
Yeah.
This movie kind of works for that.
They need to do that with the Olympics.
They are. They're
making it really quick.
They play it, and then they play it again in prime time, and then they tell you the whole story, and then they play it again. Like, I already saw this. Why are we seeing an interview with this guy's mom?
Because nobody watched it live.
Yeah. It's happening too early in the morning. How about this quote? Just take it easy and you'll be fine. And be careful in the future.
Take it easy and you'll be fine. What?
Just take it easy and you'll be fine. And be careful in the future.
Who says that? I had no idea who says that.
She also mentions that this area is a breeding ground for tranks.
Tranks.
Yeah.
Is it Marty's mom?
No. Well, no, it's not. It's not a main character at all.
Oh, really?
But it's spoken to Jennifer.
Oh.
Is
it the cop?
Yeah, it's one of two female beat cops that take her to her apparently, sketchy neighborhood.
Yeah, really seedy neighborhood.
Which in the future isn't really even that seedy.
What do you mean?
Like the house still has all these kind of futuristic things.
Oh, yeah,
about
but the
it.
neighborhood. Yeah, but the neighborhood's like.
Yeah, but it's not as
ghetto.
bad as the neighborhood in the 80s. But when they go back, I mean.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, no, that's true.
It's just like.
Again, I still don't understand why they had to make when Biff becomes rich, why does everything have to become so post-apocalyptic?
Yeah, it's fun. It's fun. It's a good time.
We have rich people, we have billionaires that live, in our timeline, and it doesn't make it so that their neighborhood where they came out of becomes a wasteland.
Do you realize the irony that you like Demolition Man so much and it's the same?
But it wasn't caused by one person becoming rich.
How do you know that?
That's a good question.
What was the guy's name? The supreme leader from Demolition Man, the Be Well guy.
Edgar Friendly.
Yeah.
No, Edgar Friendly is Dennis Leary. Sorry.
Oh, the old guy whose name I can't even remember the actor. Yeah. Anyway, it doesn't matter. What I want to know is how did Biff know how to use the DeLorean?
I don't know.
I had a problem enough in the first movie when it was like we're just punching in numbers and getting to where we need to be, and Marty somehow knows how to use it.
There's too many freaking
Biff hops in this car, old man Biff, and he's just like punching his way right back to 1955 to give the almanac.
That's where it's like that's so dumb. You're gonna explain things for the audience to understand like where it's going, right? But then you're not gonna take the time to do that, and people are gonna go, how does he know how to do that? You didn't explain. All they could have done was inserted something where I don't know.
And Doc specifically explains later on when they leave Jennifer at her doorstep. Mm-hmm. And then they go to travel back into the past. If you've never seen this movie, I'm so sorry. This is going to get confusing. Yeah. They leave her there, and Einstein, by the way.
Yeah, yes.
And Marty's like, well, we can't leave him here. And he says, but when things change in the past, it will instantaneously change back to the normal 1985. Why then, when Biff travels back in the DeLorean and he comes back, are they not in a post-apocalyptic 2015? Everything is the same, and they have time to go back. It's not instantaneous for them.
Yeah.
Is it like a time ripple that happens?
It's a time. I think it's a different timeline. I don't know.
No, it doesn't work like that.
Timeline A, timeline B.
Because we had this whole conversation because of Avengers and because Avengers establishes multiple timelines. In this movie, Doc draws a diagram on a chalkboard and talks about this here changed alternate timeline. But there's not two timelines existing. Remember, when something happens, a picture erases. It comes back. Yeah. Things change in real time. So,
he dies.
Who?
Biff.
What are you talking about?
He dies when he comes back, doesn't he?
I don't know what happens. What happened?
He has a heart attack.
He came out of the car and he was so like, was it the time travel?
I don't know, but he dies, right? No.
I don't know. You don't see him. You just see him kind of wander off and his thing breaks off. So I think that was so he could they could illustrate this is why this would have happened.
Yeah.
But when he leaves 1955, you don't see him leave, but he's not in any bad shape when he travels back.
No, I don't know. It might be like a time delay.
He said the word instantaneously, though.
That's why this movie, just watch the first one and watch the third one. Trust me.
But you're going to miss the flying cars.
You just watch a YouTube video of the flying cars.
You're going to miss Biff strap his three friends to the back of his powerful hoverboard so he can go over the water. And they go after him. And then it goes...
Oh, yeah, it doesn't work over water. You're like, what?
Yeah.
How does that... Whatever. This movie... sucked. You're making me like it less and less as we talk about it.
How about this quote? Oh, they must have hit you.
The makeup sucked.
They must have hit you over the head hard this time.
Oh, that's his mom when he wakes up in the wasteland of 1985.
And she is scantily clad. She is now forcibly married.
I paid for those.
Yeah. And she's married.
Why did Dad die, Ma?
Yeah.
Why did he die?
Because they couldn't afford him. They couldn't afford him.
I don't understand him getting rich gets...
Well, if you get a guy like that, that's as toxic as Biff was even in 1955, trying to have his way with Lorraine, and he's convinced, I'm going to marry you one day, Lorraine.
Why would he stay in the same...
He's going to shout that down the street to this woman and declare that he's going to forcibly marry her.
Oh, gosh.
And then he gets rich, and he owns the whole world. And then, unbeknownst to the general public, he kills George McFly with his gun.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, because he does find out that he killed him himself.
And Lorraine has no choice. Nobody else wants her.
Why wouldn't he have done that? Okay, whatever.
And he's probably managed something like, certainly if Biff became that rich, George and Lorraine wouldn't have been that successful because somehow he's moving things behind the scenes.
Yes. Yeah, you're right. Yeah.
And so now he's orchestrated things, to make it so she has to marry him.
I get it. I get that he has a vendetta and doing things against the people that he wants to do it to, but why does that have to affect the rest of the town and county or possibly state?
Josue, your actions have effects on other people.
Yeah, but
the butterfly effect.
Like
the Bifferfly effect.
Yeah, but like Bill Gates, his effect on the planet being rich, even though he could be an evil person, whatever, behind the scenes. Like, I want everybody to eat my French fries. I don't know.
Wait, what?
Do you know that McDonald's gets all their French fries, all their potatoes from Bill Gates' farms?
What are you talking about?
Did you not know that?
No.
Oh yeah, dude.
Because why do I care?
Yeah, because he's also the biggest landowner, a farm landowner in the entire country.
Oh,
anyway,
interesting.
Yeah. So anyway,
and we love that. Don't take this video down.
But someone like him, he's, super duper rich, but it doesn't mean that his hometown is a seedy place.
Okay, but remember, Biff's an idiot.
Yeah,
Biff's an idiot. He's not like an educated guy. He's not smart. He's not scheming. He's a moron.
Even more so, how people would be like, this rich guy's an idiot. Let's just keep carrying on.
I don't want to make obvious references to the world that we live in right now, but you'd be surprised what happens when people with money gain control.
Yeah, but I mean, does it really gonna cause I guess you can see it in Cali. You got the biggest homeless population in the country. I guess
so. It's taking this terrible
but
idea.
That's more of a collective. A collective. It took a collective of people to get there, not just one person.
Not even about 2026 and all the rich people who do crazy things that affect us all, but over the course of history. People who were in power, who had money, who made crazy decisions.
Yeah, but he wasn't even a politician or a president or didn't become emperor. That's the thing.
Yeah, because that doesn't exist then.
Exactly.
But he he didn't need to be president. He had his hotel and all of his biker gangs. Setting fires in the lobby.
I'm just thinking that, I might be wrong, but I'm thinking that the adjacent town or the next state over was probably not a wasteland.
Well, yeah, somebody probably came around and covered this whole place in glass or something. Don't let them out. They can have this. It's like the Truman Show. Let them all be crazy. Just keep them contained. They're growing their own potatoes.
Because he basically made that. What is their town called again?
Hill Valley.
Hill Valley. He basically made Hill Valley like a seedy Las Vegas or seedier Las Vegas.
Yeah. What happens in Hill Valley stays in Hill Valley.
Yeah, I guess that's what it was. Yeah.
George is getting murdered. Lorraine her husband is, not a moral. He is not a moral man.
Marty's brother and sister, they're in college or they're somewhere else? Because he's saying that he's paying for them.
Oh, yeah. And Uncle Joey is still in prison.
That wouldn't change.
Yeah, I don't remember. Yeah, because he said he's going to stop. He's going to cut the daughter's credit cards.
That's right. Yep.
And do something else. I don't remember.
It's so crazy.
It doesn't matter. But it does set up what I think is probably, as an adult, the coolest part of this movie is in order to fix things, now Marty has to go back to where Biff went, and they just put him after discussion, movie discussion, or whatever, they ended up deciding we're going to go back to 1955.
Yeah, that was good.
You get to watch the movie again, but through different eyes, which is super fun.
That was the best part of this movie.
Yeah.
It was that. I felt like they could have gotten to that point faster. Would have paid off more of the nostalgia thing.
Maybe so, but also you don't want to relive the whole movie again because then I think there's more chances that you're going to mess it up. Sure.
I mean, I kind of wanted a little bit more of it, but I think they did a good. I think they redeemed some of the movie because of it. That's what I will say.
Yeah,
you know,
it was definitely fun to watch. I did have one quote from that chunk of the movie. I think he took your wallet. I think he took his wallet.
Oh, the one of the students. Yeah.
It was really funny actually when Doc is like, dress in something inconspicuous, and he comes out with his, fedora and his leather jacket and his walkie-talkie, and then, he comes into contact with Biff. The stakes actually feel real because not only has Biff already messed up the past, now you got to go in and re-figure out what you already kind of almost messed up last time and make it play out the way that it did that time.
Yeah.
That all felt really good.
It was.
And then he gets in a fight with Biff. After the whole interchange with Strickland. We didn't talk about Strickland in the weird 1985. You look like a slacker.
Yeah, he's definitely like Mad Max style type of.
Strickland!
What does he say? Principal. I haven't been a principal since whatever. I don't know.
School burned down.
Well, yeah, school burned down.
Yeah. Come on, you gotta love that crazy 1985. And then, that's Strickland's having a drink. All this stuff is playing out, so you kind of watch it from a different window, a different vantage point. But I did love after George punches him, and so Marty goes to get the almanac for the second time.
Yeah.
That all was fun. And then just straight up punches him in the face. He's like, I know CPR. And they're like, what's CPR? I looked it up. The CPR wasn't invented until like 1960.
Oh, wow.
Invented. Discovered or
developed? Practiced?
Yeah.
Yeah.
You think anytime before that somebody tried to blow air into somebody else's lungs?
I don't know. That's crazy. You know how many people would have not died if people would have just known? Like,
who came up with that, though?
That's a good question.
My other question was, who came up with the idea of kissing somebody? You ever think, like, who was the first human being, I guess Adam and Eve, to go, I'm going to put my mouth on your mouth?
I don't know. I think it's a natural instinct or desire.
I think the first time I had this thought was when the creepy, gross 1985 Biff kisses Lorraine. He kisses Lorraine at their wedding when they show them getting married or something. There's some point in the movie where she obviously doesn't want to be kissed by him. He is really into it, and it is disgusting.
Yeah,
But
no, I think it's just a natural instinct. I think that's you infatuated with somebody, you just for some reason want to. It's the same reason why we like kiss our babies. Now, we don't kiss them on the mouth, but we want to, because it's like this whole thing of like, oh, it's so cute, I want to eat it up. It's like, I don't know.
I see where you're going. It's just still weird if I think about it too much.
I think it's a natural. I think it's a natural thing. I think it's the progression of like affection.
Just let me make my mouth touch your mouth.
Yeah. But the weird part is they're both parties are thinking the same thing. Yeah. You know what I mean?
You're like drawn to each other. Our mouths must touch.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like the pinnacle of connecting with somebody.
Yeah, almost. I just feel like
almost. Yeah.
I just feel like it's just weird. I'm sure there are scientific classes and studies and books upon books written about this, but you as a human being go, yeah, this is weird.
Yeah, but I mean, it's the same question of like, why do we hug?
Yeah. But now I get that. That feels more like I want to be in contact with you.
Yeah, I mean.
But why our mouths and not our ears?
Because there's nothing, the ears don't do anything.
What makes a kiss more than a hug?
I don't know.
Because I can tell you as a potential germaphobe.
Because every kiss begins with K.
Stop. And it's like, this is just for Valentine's Day. All the post-Valentine's Day people that are musing about your Valentine's Day and how it went. You didn't end the night with a kiss. You did. Maybe reframe the way you think about it.
That's true. That's why we have mistletoe. So people can start, I don't know.
They've been doing it for centuries. For thousands of years. Yeah. Humans have been kissing, and we keep doing it until Sandra Bullock finally tells Sylvester Stallone no, and then yes.
No, and then yes.
Yeah.
Wear this helmet.
Wear this helmet. Okay. Did you wonder at all, like I did, who plays Biff's grandmother's voice?
No, I didn't wonder actually.
When he walks out of the house and you hear, Biff!
Yeah.
Ah!
Is it Marty McFly?
No, it's Biff.
It's Biff himself.
It's Thomas Wilson.
That's
He
hilarious.
voices Gertrude Tannen is her actual name.
Gertrude.
And it's him, which is only fitting because Marty does, Michael J. Fox does everything else.
Yeah.
He plays himself, his son, his daughter.
Oh, that's right. Ugh. Yeah, that's
Dad. My kids didn't realize until I pointed it out. It's obvious if you know, but if you're not thinking about it.
Yeah. It's so funny.
He's not a bad looking girl, but
That's hilarious, dude.
They should have a spin-off series that's just whatever her name is, McFly. Okay, how about this
Susie
one?
McFly.
My only regret is that I'll never get a chance to visit my favorite historical era, the Old West.
Oh, that's Doc.
Yeah.
Doc says that.
Yeah.
And then he does.
And then he does. The follow-up to that, the next line, better that I devote myself. This is when he's destroying the time machine, or he's about to.
Yeah.
He says, better that I devote myself to the other great mystery of the universe, women.
Yeah.
It's like a fly-by-line, but I thought it was really good.
That's a pretty good one. Women.
And the way that the movie ends also like set up the next one with real stakes. Like, so again, that storm is going on. Doc is there. You're like, watch out. Don't get hit by lightning. And then of course he gets hit by lightning, but up approaches the man from the Western Union.
I know. Oh, it's such a great lead up for the next movie.
They really did a good job.
That was the best part of this movie. I mean, hats off. The best part of any type of like cliffhanger handoff to the next movie. You know what I mean? I don't know if there's a movie that's done it better than that, bro. Honestly, I don't know.
I want to know though, for the first time viewers, how much, whether or not you thought that man was pulling a gun out of his pocket.
Oh, yeah.
Where he's like, I got something for you. A letter.
Yeah.
Like,
Marty's kind of like scared, right?
Yeah.
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 That was so cool. Because I was thinking too, I was like, wait, if both time machines are gone, how is he going to get back?
Right.
And then, the next movie lines it up. But I really thought for a minute there, I was like, wait a minute. How do they explain him having the DeLorean?
Yep.
For the next movie.
I know. It's really good. And the letter written by the Doc that lasts all that time, the whole way, that story that they explained it in the narrative, him having to go back to the 1955 Doc, who is now celebrating like it's the end of movie one, and Marty comes running up. It's so great.
It's such a good job with all that, man. Yeah. That was the best part for me. That's why I feel like I was excited to watch the third movie.
Right. It kind of sets you up to like, oh yeah, I want to see how this.
You want to keep going, because this movie made you want to go, when is this over? And then the last part was like, I want to watch the next movie. This movie wanted you to get to the end, like it pushed you to want to get to the end of this movie. Like really, it did a great job.
We committed to a year of trilogies, and I'm in movie 2, and I don't know what to do.
This movie was definitely like, gosh, I wish this movie was over.
I want to reiterate, while we are talking now about what we think of this, that I love this movie. Okay? But why?
I think you're going to like 3 way better.
Why is it that when Biff travels back in time and the old Biff gets the almanac and he starts betting on sports and remember, he changes the trajectory of at least all of Hill Valley, if not the rest of the world.
Yeah.
Why, when he starts betting on sports, that by the butterfly effect, it doesn't affect the outcome of other sports? Why is the almanac still accurate for 50 years? And he's still using it or locking it in a safe. Why, Josue, why?
Because it's bad writing. They're not following their own rules. Yeah, because like I can understand maybe like 10, 20 games in and he's like rich and then like maybe some guy who was going to be in some sports team now all of a sudden can't because the owner of that sports team can't afford him because Biff made so much money here, and there. That guy doesn't have enough.
The economy collapsed.
The economy is different now. And so it's like, oh, we're not going to be able to buy this guy. So he's no longer in. Then he was the one that clinched the win. And now Biff is going to be like, oh, I'm going to bet on this. And then he doesn't start winning again. You know what I mean? Because things have completely changed. So anyway, this movie, just watch the third one.
Listen, I will say there was a lot of ambition that went into this. There was a lot of cool, creative elements where you're seeing characters interact with other versions of themselves.
If you rewrite this movie and you said if they could go, hey, listen, here's this almanac, but you can't be a crazy about it. You got to bet wisely, because if you bet super crazily, you're gonna outwhack everything else in the future, and then by the time you get to the 10th game, it's not even going to be the same thing, because you're going to affect economy so much that this won't even be relevant anymore. So you got to bet small.
Jennifer will not be able to afford a better wig.
Exactly, dude. Exactly. I think today in hindsight, we could probably rewrite this movie much better.
My heart, it hurts, because
you're the one who keeps talking about all these details, and I'm like, this is terrible.
I love this movie so much, but I am afraid, Josue, that it doesn't hold up.
It doesn't hold up. It does not hold up, dude.
That doesn't mean I don't want you to watch it.
The third one does hold up.
You're saying that.
I'm saying that. No,
I haven't watched it yet.
I'm going to stamp it.
But I think it is essential to the trilogy. I think it is a journey worth having. All my kids said they would watch it again. I think there are lines in it that I will quote and parts that I am glad are part of the story. But this movie does not hold up.
Yeah, this movie could have gotten edited down to
maybe if they just stopped explaining Marty's accident over and over again.
I think that if they would have maybe made this a like a I don't know, a 45-minute movie.
No, yeah, I don't know.
Yeah, I think it would have. Yeah, if they would have cut maybe 45 minutes of this out of this movie, it would have been good.
It's still emotionally, it's still my favorite.
There's a lot of things that you could speed through, though, for sure, to get to the next part.
Objectively, I think it could be a little cleaner.
It could be a little cleaner.
But
the set design was not great, though.
Well, it's the same set.
Yeah.
We had discussion in our room about do you prefer one or two? And there was give and take. It seemed like everybody was leaning towards one.
Yeah, one is.
And I'm like, okay.
One is more coherent.
Crushing my childhood dreams. I wouldn't say it's the boldest sequel ever made, but they made some bold choices.
Yeah.
Little bit too much exposition. And, if you're into ambitious sci-fi, there are way worse things to watch. And, these are characters that I love. So
that's no Alice in Wonderland.
No, which I also enjoy. No pressure, but if you love this, great. Mm-hmm. If not, it's also okay.
Yeah.
But one thing is for sure.
Let us know who's crazy.
We want to know what you think. So please drop it in the comments, whether that is on Spotify, YouTube, or just letting us know on Instagram, because I truly, genuinely, I know there are so many fans of this franchise. I, up until this week, would have still been a huge advocate even for movie 2.
Yeah.
And I love it, but...
Yeah.
All right, let's get off of this train for now. We're going to hit the third part of it, but later on this year. But for right now, we must close the loop.
Ooh.
It's like a snake eating its own tail.
This is where we revisit the worst flubs from our past, and we let you know whether they're the best flubs for your future. I don't know. We talked last time about the idea that you had of what if I took my action figure and I'm driving in the car and I just dropped it out the window.
Yeah.
And we were talking about, I was explaining that driving. Type. Yeah. And I was like, there's a name for that. I know there's a name for it.
Psychosis?
It's called intrusive thoughts. I was like, oh, that's easy enough. I could have just made that up.
Yeah.
But it really is that. I looked it up. Because I was like, I needed the validation.
I get intrusive thoughts even today still, too. So.
Oh, whoa.
Yeah.
Whoa. It's a super common thing psychologically. It's called intrusive thoughts like this. What if I yanked the steering wheel all of a sudden while I'm driving? What if I dropped this baby? What if I just did something really awful right now? What if I jumped off of this ledge?
What if I just raged quit my job?
Yeah. So key traits of intrusive thoughts, you don't want the thought. It's like it came, like, this is not a thought that I want.
Yeah.
It feels almost shocking or alarming.
Yeah.
Whoa, where did that come from? It goes against your values and it passes quickly.
Yeah.
So if you're dwelling on that for a while, it might be more than an intrusive thought, but the dramatic name for this specific moment is called the call of the void, or le appel de vide, which is that sense that you get when you're like on the edge of like a precipice.
Yeah.
I've never had this, but
That's
it's just
so
like,
funny.
what if I just hurled my body? So this is what is happening neurologically from what I read on the internet. This is your brain's threat detection system that is flagging danger.
That's cool.
That's going, it's noting something and it's really quickly simulating a counterfactual scenario. What if this? And then immediately follows up with, nope, don't do that. That's what happens. You go, what? Wow. I would never. Nope, I'm not going to do that. So it's like a paradox.
Insane.
It's like this sign. It's a good thing, everybody. Your brain is working to keep you safe.
That's awesome.
There you go. Toy Story. Bo Peep did have a little bit of a quote that you thought it could be somewhat salacious, which I think it is there.
Yeah.
But I wasn't sure what it was. She says, "What do you say I get someone else to watch the sheep tonight?"
Yeah.
What are you doing? What are you doing? Really, logistically, Woody and Bo Peep, are you putting your mouths together? What is that? Well, humans are doing that. What are you doing?
Yeah, exactly. They're the ones putting their ears together.
Yeah. I don't know.
Can you hear my head? I can hear your head.
What are the toys in Andy's room doing? The ones whose heads have been replaced, who have weird things for limbs, who, do they even feel affection anymore?
No, not Andy's.
Or Sid's.
Sid's, yeah.
Sorry, that's what I meant.
Ugh. Poor guy. Yeah.
Yeah. What over Valentine's Day weekend? What did all my toys do?
I mean, literally, they're just laying there because they're inanimate objects. But
you don't know that
fairy tale land,
unless you saw them out of position, and then they're frozen forever. And then the last thing that I want to follow up is the lyrics of a song, Josue. Of Frozen. It's called Frozen Heart.
Oh, Frozen Heart. Yes.
Okay.
Because we talked about how we felt about being in the ice.
Tried to sing it, and we got, I think, 2 words into the song. You care to take another stab at what the lyrics of that song are? I printed this out.
Something
and I don't
about
remember.
melt the frozen heart.
Yeah, that's the last line out of like 8. You got any lines before that?
Something winters, something with ice and as strong as stone, something like that.
You got the word winter.
Ice? No.
There is icy later.
Icy.
Oh, ice is at the end, but not where you're thinking. Okay. Let me tell you. Here's the lyrics. Born of cold and winter air and mountain rain combining. We got that last week. This icy force, both foul and fair, has a frozen heart worth mining. These are good lyrics.
Yeah.
So he says, cut through the heart, cold and clear. Strike for love and strike for fear. See the beauty, sharp and sheer. I don't know about that. Split the ice apart and break the frozen heart. So you can keep that in your wallet or something. So next time it comes down ice like this in 20 years, you can
in
just...
20 years.
Yeah,
because this doesn't happen all the time.
This has been so bizarre.
There's still people out there still cutting their way out of the ice, man.
Parking spaces and such, but man, I was so glad to see grass again. I was like, I know it's dead, sad looking grass, but it's emerging a little bit from the ice.
I hope everyone's surviving out there because it's,
hope you're surviving.
It's starting to get warmer now a little bit. But
yeah, the sun was out a time or two.
It's 48 degrees instead of 32 or no, -9 or something. I don't know.
Unless you're in Australia and then it's summer and we're jealous.
Yep.
I can't wait for summer. I'm looking forward to it. I'm looking forward to our next episode. But before we tell you what that is going to be, I would like to invite you to take 5 seconds and give us 5 stars.
Yes, please.
Boop, 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 boop. They're appearing above my head if you are watching us on video. You can also give us a thumbs up if you're on YouTube. That helps other people find our podcast. And of course, engage in any way you want. We would love your suggestions on whether they are trilogies or I think there is a girly movie in our future.
There
so
is.
we're trying to bump that demographic
For all
up.
the ladies out there. Come on, listen.
It's going to be good, and I'm excited to do that. And we
You
promise.
are still the mystery we're trying to figure out.
Yeah. That's right. That's right. The doc didn't. We will. That's our promise to you. So, but yeah, let us know what you would like us to watch. You can email those suggestions to ideas@WDYT.show. Or you can go to WDYT.show to find all of our links to all of our things, whether they are shorts, reels, social media accounts, us on all platforms.
Anywhere you digest podcasts.
Channel 137 on your analog television.
On DirecTV.
Yeah, no, we're not DirecTV yet, but we'll get there. One day we will get there. In the meantime, thanks for listening. Remember, next week we're going into a short segment of After the Credits, which is exclusive to podcasts only.
That's right.
I can't remember if I told that to people before.
You did.
They probably figured it out. If you're on YouTube, though, we got something different coming next week and something the week after that I don't remember. So we'll tell you next time.
Well, next time on WDYT.show.
I wish we could have a sizzle reel like they did for Back to the Future 3 with Mary Steenburgen and the trains and Biff Tannen, but in the Old West. Just picture that. It's better than that. You can enjoy it. All right. Have fun, everybody. Do whatever you're doing and come back next time.
Peace out, everybody.
Bye.